Next week is absolutely JIC. Jack's trying to fit Ravi up. I knew he'd lose the plot eventually. And Callum's gonna run into Jonno. That is not gonna be pretty. But the real drama is with Nigel and Julie. Their devastated coast foxes got their chickens. But the worst part is Nigel realizes he accidentally left the coop open. They have a blazing row about his memory. It's so sad. Then Julie's on the phone to some mystery bloke again, and Nigel's getting proper paranoid. She says it's about a job, but you just know it's dodgy. He gets so in his head about it that he drags PHL my TCHL of all people on a day trip to the countryside for a chat. 1. Julie raises suspicion. It all kicks off for poor Nigel and Julie when they find out foxes have got to their chickens. They're absolutely gutted. But it gets worse. Turns out it was Nigel's fault all along course of his memory. He gets proper worked up, and they end up having a massive Barney about it. And now Julie's sneaking off, taking all these mystery phone calls, and Nigel's getting dead suspicious. She says it's about a job, but you can tell it's stirring up old history for him. So what does he do? He goes and drags Peachel IDCEL on a day out to the countryside for a chat. Honestly, what a random pair. 2. Jack tells a dangerous lie right. Jack's proper sweating now after that shooting. Denise is on to him as well. You can see she doesn't believe a word he's saying. Then bloody DS Spencer turns up and Jack starts lying through his teeth about where he was. Denise is watching it all go down, and you just know she's gonna grill him the second that copper leaves. No way is she letting this go. She's gonna keep on at him till he cracks. 3. Callum arrests his dad. Eve's just been hit with a proper homophobic attack in the Albert. Callum rushes in to break it up, but then he freezes the bloke who did it is his own dad, Jonno. Now Jonno's been nicked, and he's swearing he's innocent, blaming his mate instead. You can see Callum doesn't know what to believe, but Eve is having none of it. She knows it was him. And then Suki turns up to look after her wife. Honestly, after everything, you can actually see them getting close again. Could this finally be the moment they get back together? 4. Ravi is grilled by police having been hauled in. Ravi provides the police with an alibi stating that he and Jack were together when the trigger was pulled. Subsequently, Jack informs his colleagues that he was trying to recruit Ravi as an informant before secretly agreeing to dispose of the gun with him. However, Jack goes back on his plan when DS Spencer unexpectedly turns up. 5. Phil and Nigel relive history. Can you believe it? Nigel's only gone and dragged Phil out to the countryside to find some old-time capsule he buried with Grant back in the day. Classic Phil, he wants to pack it in almost straight away when they can't find it. But then Nigel's memory actually works for once and he leads them right to it. Whatever's inside must be proper emotional though, because it leads to them having a right deep heart to heart. Who knew those two softies had it in them? 6. Priya interrupts a plan. Blimey, Jack's proper in it now. Ravi's cornered him in the square after he bottled getting rid of that gun. Jack's panicking, telling him he'll do it today and that Ravi needs to clear off out of Walford to distract the old Bill. Then he sneaks into Ravi's desk to plant the evidence. But typical Priya comes home early. He's hiding like a right plonker. Is she gonna catch him red-handed trying to stitch Ravi up? 7. Johnny meets Jonno. Oh, typical Johnny. He's completely ignored Elaine's advice and gone to meet Callum's dodgy dad, Jonno. He's trying to suss him out by offering him legal help, seeing if he actually wants a relationship with Callum. Jonno wasn't having any of it at first, but the second Johnny said he's a Carter, they were off to the Vic for a pint. Afterwards, Johnny tells Callum that his dad's up for meeting him, and honestly, Callum looked so chuffed. Bless him. 8. Nigel makes an awkward mistake, all bless. Nigel and Phil are back from their little trip, and you can tell Julie's feeling a bit left out. She's all nervous getting ready for her big interview at the school, and those two are just mucking about, trying to help. But then it gets a bit real. Nigel gets confused and mistakes George for Julie's ex. You can see her heart just break. She ends up canceling the interview to stay and look after him. You can just tell she's torn up about it. Does she put her husband first or her own future? What a mess. 9. Jonno suffers a heart attack. It all goes proper wrong. Callum and Johnny finally agree to meet Jonno, and it actually starts off all right. But then Callum clocks it his dad's just after money. He tells him to do one and orders him to leave. But then, out of nowhere, Jonno just collapses with a heart attack. It's absolutely brutal. Are they even going to try and save him after all that? Or is this it for him? 10. The Slaters try to recover, right? So Zoe's back and the square is buzzing with gossip. Obviously, the Slaters are trying to pick up the pieces, but no one's got a clue what's really going on. They're just proper confused. It's just one thing after another for them. In it, you've got to wonder if they can actually get through all this mess as a family.